Are we going live? Okay, we're broadcasting. Hello, everybody. Welcome to PXU. It's Alex here. Today is December 6th, 2017. Today I have a special guest, Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, what's up, Alex? How you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm living large, man. Living large.
Right, right. I see today you sent me some photographs from you caught 2 days ago, from actually 2 days ago and today.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually the second set of pictures you're probably going to show are the one were just from a few hours ago.
okay, so what are we looking at right here?
That right there is we. I think we've all seen the one with the single huge orb, but it was in the bottom left corner when we've seen it before. Now there's two of them, and it's on the top right. And I don't know. There's been a lot of speculation on these pictures, like if that might be condensation or whatever on the camera lens or anything like that. But when you see two orbs like that, I don't know
Yeah,
what to make of that.
yeah,
I mean, that's just kind of that was a very hard one for me to swallow because I don't know. I mean, we've argued with people about it before with just a single orb how that can actually happen.
yeah. But
Um,
actually, you can tell down here too. You can actually see it right here in the bottom, right here too. Like, and it's actually shining off, like it's bouncing off the light, and you can actually see another one right here where you can make it.
right, and that's that's where me and Steve talked about that a little bit back and forth via email because I sent him a picture and he actually used it in one of his videos, but he told me that he had used one of those before because it had showed up once before and somebody tried to debunk it or whatever, and that's fine. Somebody tried to debunk it, but tell us why. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Tell us so we can learn, so we're not wasting our time on things we shouldn't be looking at. But I don't
yeah,
know if that's
exactly.
something. But I
I feel
I
with
don't
you. I
know that
feel on you
anybody's
that
ever
one.
seen. I'm not sure if anybody's actually seen two of those before. Anyway,
Here, what
this
are we
this
looking at right here?
well, that's the moon. That's in Turkey. I think I started. It's a time lapse from the all sky cam, is what it is. This particular camera takes a picture every 5 minutes, and for some reason they put it on a 5 minute lag. And I don't know why, because this camera is not normally like that. So the pictures I would have to wait an extra 5 minutes, and what it would do to me, it would just show me they have like this horizontal graph, but it took away all the overhead view and the horizontal view until 5 minutes later. It's like they were trying to view these pictures for a second before they let them go out,
Yeah,
and and I don't know what or why, but if they were doing that and they let these go out, um, I don't I don't understand the logic behind that because this right here was just like I have never seen this before, and I've been looking at these things for over a year now.
I
Um,
usually tell everybody that the reason why we usually get a couple of, like glimpses of what's out there now is because I actually tell everybody that there's someone in there who really cares, someone in there who's actually trying to warn us, let us see what's out there.
I like to believe that too, Alex, because I think not everybody there is trying to hide it all from us. They at some point they're not going to be able to hide it. I mean, it's real. They're really not.
Yeah,
This here, if you as you toggle through those pictures, you're going to see that this orb comes up from the. I'm not sure if it's an orb. It's an object of some sort, and it comes up from the bottom left, and it goes to the up to the upper right, and then like almost circles back around, and it's really weird. It's the light source itself. And then what
the
really struck me was
retrogrades, huh?
what really, yeah. And then I seen these other orbs flying by it, and I'm like, what in the world is this? And and then the
Well,
moon
if I were to
itself,
tell you,
because this is where the moon should be. Now, that's where the moon. Because I went and checked the moon rise and moon set and everything for this particular location, which is Istanbul, Turkey, and it's right where it's supposed to be. But the moon never moved; it stayed in the same spot, and it that really confused me. So I don't know if maybe the camera itself is just on that angle where the moon might just kind of fade off into the distance because we might be looking at it straight on. I don't know, but on the horizontal view, it should still move. The overhead view, it can kind of fade straight up, but on the horizontal one, that should move, and it doesn't.
I'm looking at
At
this
least
right
not
here.
enough.
This
Yeah.
right here is actually an object that ain't even supposed to be there. Actually, you can tell this is supposed to be our moon right here. Actual, this one on the bottom.
Right. Right. And that's exactly what I was saying. And if you watch it as you toggle through all those pictures, you're going to see an object go all the way past it, and then you're going to see another object come up, and it goes through us. It's almost like it does it twice, and it was really really weird. Like
Well,
I said,
it's not doing it.
I'm not trying to say
It's
I
not.
even know what this is because I don't. This is something that really just this is as the sun was starting to come up on the horizon there, and that's why it turned red colorish. But um, if you can go to the other ones further down on the picture, you'll see that you'll see these big bright white orbs just fly right by it, and then you'll see like the pictures you showed me earlier with the red and the blue. There's a red and a blue one right
Yes.
next. There's a red and a blue one right next to each other. It flies right by our moon, and
Yeah.
I don't. To me, that's
Right
just
here. This right here.
that's
This right
part
here.
of it. Yeah, but
Yeah. No. No. This right here is actually is actually one of the moons.
yeah,
This is a purple one. The purple planet. I know this one by. I already know this one by heart already.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I said, dude. There were so many orbs around there. I tried to count them, but they kept fading in and out real fast, so I couldn't really like get a good accurate number. If you look at that picture right there, you're seeing one, two, three, four, five, six
One.
different orbs there.
This is actually an object. I believe this to be an object. If not, then I'll stand corrected and
Right.
I'm wrong.
And what are those two? Like those
You know
two
what?
right there. Your
You know
cursor.
what? Okay,
I was like,
okay,
what
right here,
is?
right here. I'm gonna share a private picture with you. I haven't had
Okay.
permission to share this one out yet, but I'll share it with only with you, only with you. You'll be the first one to see this. You know that right there, that right there, that little
Yeah.
thing, that that's
Uh huh.
what that's a cube. We got a cube in.
Really?
Yes, I'm not playing with you guys. Someone actually took their time to take it because they said they kept seeing a cube. I wish I could show it, but when you see it, you'll be my witness and you'll be the one to vouch for me that yeah, we do have that.
Okay.
This is actual cube.
Okay.
What they're saying,
Yeah.
what they're saying is it travels this way. It travels like this. It goes like this and like that. I don't know if it's an actual object or if it's actual what we consider. Let's put it this way: we have to consider Project Bluebeam. What if this is the actual projection? You
right.
know, the
Exactly.
projector just
Yeah.
going back and
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I would definitely buy into that because I've seen cubes not just in one spot. I mean, I've seen cubes before. Um, Picture of like a triangle too, just a few minutes ago. That was just like bam right in your face. Undeniable that that is no way that nature made that. There's just
by
no
Bob,
way. It's just
yeah,
and
one,
that
two,
right there, man. That right
this,
there was one of the most disturbing pictures that I seen because you can see our moon clearly on the bottom, like kind of in the middle of all that. And then you see two small orbs at the bottom, and then you see another round orb at the top, and it's just where is that coming from?
well,
And I don't.
I got two theories of the moons. One of them is Quayar. You have to look that up. It's a part of the system that what they found like one of those brown dwarfs that were living out in the Kuiper, close to the Kuiper belt. You know, Sedna, Ceres, and all them.
Right, right.
Well, this one's Quayar because I have a yellow moon, and if you take a look at Quayar, Quayar is a yellow.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
and they're trying to say this one has wings, but do you see any wings on this yellow moon right here? I don't see no wings.
Yeah, I don't see no wings either. And something that really kind of struck me funny too about this particular picture you're showing right there. If you like draw a line, like connect the dots, of those two real small orbs, and that third one, like right there, what you're doing right there, that's almost that exact shape. And I know I keep going back to your deer hunting video. Those light columns were. That's what that shape looked like. It was
That's
almost, you know,
Go ahead.
I,
Sorry to interrupt you.
and yeah, that's okay. It's almost like a U shape almost, and it's not. It wasn't a complete circle, and it was almost like it was trying to make a hexagon and didn't quite make it. Is what I'm saying. But this the Project Bluebeam stuff is, I think is definitely a good answer for something like what we're seeing right here. Um, but still, it doesn't answer the question of why the moon didn't move. In all these pics over an hour, Alex, I couldn't see it move at all.
Well,
Um,
from what I'm hearing right now, from what I'm actually hearing right now from some scientists that I actually speak to, and a little bit. Actually, I got two astrophysicists that I'm speaking to right now. They're telling me that they're actually noticing a little to the moon. That the moon's starting to stay stay put for a couple hours where it's not supposed to be. Say for instance, if it's supposed to be coming from the south, let's just say the southwest, and it's supposed to be above us, like at the 11 o'clock position at that one time on the south. Say coming from the southwest, they're saying that it's staying there for like maybe about an hour or 2 hours before it travels.
well, then
Uh,
that would explain what I seen then, because
that,
that's exactly what happened.
the reason why they're saying that is because they're saying that our rotation is slowly, we're slowing down slowly.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that a lot, and I really think that that's what's going on. And I guess if there's a sun simulator up there and all that kind of stuff, it wouldn't matter if we slowed down because they can turn the thing on anytime they want.
Yep.
Um, you know what I mean? And so it wouldn't, we wouldn't see it compared to our real sun,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, if we were slowing down.
But
Um,
compare these right here. You want to know what they call these right here?
what's that?
They call these the pearls.
Okay.
That's exactly what they consider these, and they call these the pearls.
Wow. I mean, I like I said, Alex, I've been watching. I watch these things constantly, and
Oh,
I
I
have
didn't see this
never, I have never ever seen. Yeah, see that?
one.
I mean, my God,
Oh.
dude, I about, yeah, I know, I about hit the floor, dude. I really did.
I about fell right now off my chair right now. Okay,
That's
okay, you
one
know,
of that's
okay.
one of
Let me be honest. Object.
right. And
This has to be one of the moons, and if we take a look at it, it's about the same size as a simulator or the
as
moon
our
or our actual moon.
right, and you were just talking about wings. If you look at the top right hand corner of the moon, you see those?
Yep.
I mean, they're not really wings, but I mean it. you know, and then just to the right of the moon, you got a blue orb, and then you got to the, I guess, the about the third object down, you got a red orb. Just like I think that's about probably about the same distance of the pictures you're going to show here in a few minutes.
Yeah,
How
you
far they're
the
apart.
yep. I know everybody's gonna be like, "What the heck do you have right here?" I'm gonna be like, undeniable
Uh,
evidence." And just to let you guys know, these objects that we're seeing now, they're not hardly by the sun anymore. I showed them
right.
to Mark here, and Mark will tell you they're not by the sun anymore.
No,
They're getting away from the sun. So all that sun theory, if you look in the sun, stellar cores, yes, there are probably other moons that are coming in from the system, but the main two bodies that are coming from the system are on their way.
I think they've switched to the other side of this. A little bit away from the sun, like you said. Um,
Yep.
I've kind of noticed even you can kind of track it just by the captures we get. Not just me and you. I'm talking everybody's captures.
Yep.
If you've noticed, a lot of the captures that everybody's starting to send, probably to you, Alex, and to Steve, and to everybody else, coming from the nighttime sky. And I think a lot of, I think that probably God had his hand on dragging Bruce into all this, because I think he's going to have a lot to offer when it comes to all this stuff, because that's what he
Yep.
does. You know what I mean? He
Yep.
looks at the night
Well,
sky. He looks at the moon. He knows a lot of that stuff.
I've been telling everybody that I've been talking to, from the when I first started speaking to everybody who wanted to learn the system that I've been studying. I've been telling them that this object's going to be coming from the east. From the east, it's going to come down from the southeast, and from the southeast, southwest, and it's going to pull itself all the way back to the west. Then it's going to rise itself from the west.
Right.
of us are going to think it's our sun rising, but it's not our sun.
Nope. Nope. It's
This
not
is
going
what's
to
going to
be. I mean,
Yeah, this is gonna break. This is what it talks about in the Bible, where all men's hearts are gonna fail them from not knowing what's coming upon the earth. Because
exactly. Because, you know,
as soon as
our sun doesn't rise in the west. Our sun doesn't rise in the west. So, I mean, if we see something rise in the west, it's going to freak everybody out, Alex. It's not going
oh
to
yeah,
freak me and you out because we know we're seeing it already. You know, and that's, you know, I try, you know, even when I see pictures like I've sent you and what you're showing right now, I try my best to be
mm,
like, oh my gosh, this can't be true, you know, and I try to actually prove that they're not true to myself because I don't want to believe it. You know, I don't think any of us really. I mean, we want to be validated in what we're researching and everything, but we don't want to know that the bad
yes,
stuff is going to happen that comes along with it. And we talked about this a little bit the other night on the phone. It just, you know, if somebody could just tell me, hey, dude, you're wrong, and this is why, and I'm wrong, please tell me. God, somebody tell me.
yes, that's exactly what I want. Okay, I want somebody to tell me that I'm wrong. I don't want anybody to come and like debunk us and try to do it the wrong way. Okay, if we're making a mistake, we're doing it wrong. Come up to us and say, hey, I really don't think you understand what you're doing, or I really don't think you understand what's really going on. So let me help you out.
Right.
Instead of or putting you down, help bring somebody out.
Exactly.
Praise them. I mean,
Exactly.
tell
Help.
them.
Yep.
I look
Hate
like you.
us.
If you didn't know what you're doing, yeah. If you didn't know what you're doing, and I didn't know what we're doing, and we're presenting something, it'd be like, we need some help here. Have somebody else come in. Help us out. Don't bring us down. Help us out. Help us educate ourselves so we could go ahead and educate the ones that are not educated, who really want to be the ones who really want to get educated on the system.
Exactly, man. I mean, I'm right there with you. And it's a lot of the reasons why I go to the all sky cam and to the other sky cams because they're not coming from.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, dude. Dude, you're showing that you're getting the same reaction every time that I had when I first looked
oh
at it.
my God. Look it. I was having a bad. I was already having a bad day as it is, And then I get some. I go on the ISS to get some photographs, and when I'm looking at the ISS, you're not gonna. You already saw. They're not gonna believe
Yeah,
what I found on the ISS. And when I saw that, I went to go show my folks and my brothers and all them. I was like, look what I
yeah,
caught, and they're like talking about the
yep,
red one and blue, and I'm like, yeah. She was like, how far are they? I was
yep.
like, shoot.
Well, you know, and that's gonna help. That's gonna help a lot of people believe too, because it is red and blue. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
everybody talks about, the red and blue Kachina and all that kind of stuff. And we all know that there's more out there than just that. It's just
Okay, you got one, two,
those are what
three,
people hear
four.
the
You got
most of.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 objects.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I was seeing so much of it that I almost couldn't keep up with it. You know, because like I said, it only stores these particular cameras only store 5 to 6 pictures at a time. So then you got to go back out and come back in and take screenshots. And
Well, this is where I really
it
like
was
to
like,
debunk everything. If you want to debunk them, okay,
yeah,
go right here. If you want to debunk all this stuff right here, this is the best part. This is look like this one right here. If we could take a look at this one, barely right here, barely. Let's take a look at this one. Let's see if I could bring it up a little bit. I don't want to pixelize it, but yeah, look at that right there.
yeah,
What
that's what
color?
I'm saying, man.
What color is it?
That's red. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
can see it.
yeah. It's red. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the color I see. You know
And
what? You're
and
not
it,
seeing things. I'm not seeing things, and we're not going crazy.
right, and it's like I said a second ago. You know, that's why I like doing the Skycam thing because they can't deny a Skycam. It's their own system. Their own
Yeah.
their own network is going to screw them in the end. Is what's going to happen. Me and you out here with a phone. Their own network is going to be the one that gets them
No,
because that's what people are
you
going to
know, you know,
believe.
you know what's going to get them right now. What I'm actually seeing a lot of people doing, they're buying themselves a Nikon P900
Yeah,
telescopes to
yeah,
shame right now.
yeah. I
And,
know.
even NASA's Hubble telescope. This is the one that freaked me out when I saw this one. Okay, like kind of freaked me out. This first one because I started like whoa, when I reason why I saw that and everything, I say yeah, you know what, that looks like the way I consider the purple one. I consider Arbota because they
Right.
you have so have so many different people calling it different names, but I go by what Harrington and Ferrara gave them because I consider them two most the godfathers of Planet X. Brought it
Research.
up.
Yeah, yeah. I can agree with that. That's and that's I just didn't know. I didn't know at first what to even do with these pics. Like I said, I don't really have a channel. I got this one here, Alex. It was the other day. That's the moon.
Oh,
That's the night of the supermoon, I think.
oh.
What is that right beside it and above it? What is that? I,
I know I saw that.
and
This
you
right
can
here.
say it's
This right
cloud,
here. You can
but
there. No, no, no.
right,
Let's blow
that's
it up
not where your cursor is. Yeah, I
a
don't.
little bit bigger and take a very good look at it. Very good look at it. My eyes already been trained for this kind of stuff when I see it. Okay, that right there is an object because you can tell that's an object right there.
Yeah, it's got texture to it, and
Yeah.
and that's the other night, like I said, during that supermoon. This is when I got this, I believe. I'm not for sure. It might have been the next night, but I see a lot of stuff on the overhead cams that the horizontal cams don't catch. The only thing is, when you're looking at an overhead cam, you do have to keep in mind that sometimes the shapes can get kind of bent because of the way it looks. But that's only on the edges. It's not in the middle. So when something like that is dead smack in the middle of these cameras, you've got to like look up and be like, oh my gosh. I mean, if somebody was on the ground and they looked up, that's what they would have seen, Alex.
Yeah, I
That's what
know.
they would have seen. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
know.
that's grayscale. That's not even, these are all untouched photos.
Yep.
So whatever filter they're using on their network cameras is the only filter that I've got here. These are just untouched photos.
Well, well, when you start
Just
seeing the white, all white around here, everywhere, like sometimes when you go on the webcams, all sky cams or whatever you go to, all sky, FFA, Mexico, webcams in Mexico. When you start seeing the white fade, like so when it's so bright, when you can't see,
right, right,
because
yeah,
because the infrared filter kicked in.
right, yeah. And I think sometimes they do that on purpose. They
Yeah,
don't want us to
I
see it.
believe they do that.
And
Original? No, I wonder if they're ready for mine.
yeah, I think I sent you another one. I'm not sure if you downloaded it or not, but I'm pretty sure that the other one I sent you was like a camera anomaly. But I think it was like energy waves. But yeah, this one here blew my mind as soon as I looked at it, dude. I was like, "What in the
Man,
world?"
what I'm showing you now. Now I'm introducing you two guys, the blue and red Kachina.
I mean, that is
I
just—it's undeniable right there. You just can't.
can tell you right here. Do you see the sun around here? I mean, do you see these objects around the sun right now? Anywhere around the sun?
Nope.
Not really. See, you can see the sun, or you can see some type of I say light source refraction right here. Bouncing off. You can see it right here. I'm not gonna call it our actual sun. It could actually be the brown dwarf. It could actually be even the sun simulator. So we don't know what
Right.
type of light source it is, but light source there. But that's what I'm trying to
Right.
get at.
And that's from
Are no
behind. It's
longer
not. It's not even. That's from behind it
yeah.
too, Alex. So it's not even in the same direction as those two that you're showing.
This,
You know that.
oh,
I mean,
let's
yeah.
go
And when
back.
you, yeah, those right. These are right here is what got me.
Whoa,
I was like,
this is freaking out. This when I took him.
I just, man, I just don't, man. What's the explanation of the dark? What in the world is that?
This right here is, I believe this to be our actual PX, the one with the tail. Because if you can see the debris,
Okay.
I believe. Because to be honest, I believe there's two objects with the debris tail in the system. You got to consider the
Yeah.
brown. Okay, you got to consider the brown dwarf having its own how you say its own gaseous cloud. Because you're gonna see it right now,
Right. Right.
and then
Yep.
you have another object traveling another object, but this one's almost like a comet, like a comet planet.
Right.
So if you
Yeah.
think about it, I believe there's two objects that have a tail in this system.
Yeah. I could buy into that. I mean, there's, it's nothing that. Yeah. There you go. I mean, I just, like you said,
Oh,
you caught these on the. These are coming right off the ISS. These are their cameras. this is nothing that me or you could ever capture with our own stuff. And and that's the thing. They can't deny these. They can't hide these. And I
Oh man.
think I think now I really truly believe that now they're starting to let not just the good people that are in behind the scenes here trying to help us out, but I really think that they can't they're getting to the point now where they can't hide it.
Yeah.
And if you give them the political arena and the world stage and all that kind of stuff, it's about time that they're going to have to come out and say something. um, I don't think it's going to be much longer, and they're going to have to, Alex. I mean, they're not going to be able
Well,
to deny it.
well, I really think okay. My heart tells me that Putin and Trump are gonna do the right thing.
I agree.
They're gonna announce it. But I really believe they're not gonna give us a 40-day warning. They give
Oh
us
no, God
they're
no.
gonna, I believe they're gonna might even give us a 2 week warning or a 1 week warning.
Something.
Or
They
you know
won't
what?
give us much of one. They
Or
already
you know
know.
what? Or you know what? They might end up giving us a warning. They might even giving us what we consider the 6 months warning. You know the reason why I'm saying the 6 months warning because they do state when they do announce this, they are going to have to try to take control of the masses. So the only way for them to do this is announce the 6 months and start rounding up everybody.
Right? Yeah. Put them all in FEMA camps, things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, though, these guys aren't going to care. These, you know, I think Trump in my heart will, and so I think Putin. I think Putin's a great guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he is.
And I don't know. I've just never, obviously those of us that grew up on this side of the world and those who grew up on the other side of the world think that we're right. You know what I mean? Whatever view we were from, because
Yeah.
that's just how we were raised, and it's not. Russian people are not bad people.
Look at that
Who's
debris.
to say that? Yeah, I know, man. That's what I said. When you sent me those, I actually I downloaded them to my phone, and I got a Tool Whiz app on it, and I went into that and started messing with the filters and stuff, and you can really pick up some stuff
You
when you
know what?
start doing that, Alex.
I should start sending you my some photographs that I get to the people that my subscribers or Steve subscribers. Some of them they can't get a hold of them, so they end up sending them to me. And I should send you some of those so you could go ahead and work on them. I have somebody over there in Texas. Miss J. I want to give her a shout out, Miss J. No Sheepo, yourself, Mark. Just give Blue Eye a shout out. Just give Angie a shout out.
Yep.
Teresa a shout out. You
It
know.
takes all of us, dude. It really does. It's going to take, and I'll be more than happy to go through some pictures for you. I mean, because, I think that a lot of us have been doing this long enough now that, like you said, you got such a trained eye for it. It doesn't even really take us that long when we look at a pic to see what they're actually looking at.
If you take a look at
Um,
this one right here, to be honest, okay, everyone always thought that the red one was gonna be the one with the hole. Everyone's talking about, oh, that's the one with the hole. Well, it's not. It's the blue one.
yeah. Yep.
The
Looks to
blue
me.
one's always the one with the hole. The blue one was the one always with the hole. But I was told that this one might actually be I say, it's not a neutron star. It's a pulsar star. Or if it's not a pole, that
Oh,
this one might be a pulsar star, and this one right here itself might end up being what we consider what do you say that a magnetar star.
okay.
And
Okay.
if it's a magnetar star, that's the reason why the Earth goes through what it goes through badly. Because this is what I consider
Because
a planet crusher.
yeah, it affects our magnetic field and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I would, if they're, you
Yeah.
can't deny pictures like this, and that right there is these objects themselves. I mean, man, the how close are they to the Earth? Yeah, there's the cube. That's
Well,
just
actually,
is that pixelized? Is
yeah,
that
it's
why?
pixelized. Yeah, that's why it looks like that because they blew it up, blew it up, blew it up, blew it up.
Okay.
This right here, this is actually the object right here. You can see it right here. This is the actual object. You can tell right here. But this is just to pixelize where it looks like a star from far away, and you
You
get
see
all
that?
that.
You see that purple?
I can't.
You see
Let's
that
go back.
purple haze around all that?
Yeah, that's what you consider the atmosphere of the object.
Right. But if you noticed, our our halos that we were seeing around the sun and around the moon and all that, well,
Yeah.
mainly around the sun, they've actually, if you pay more attention to it, or you might have, I haven't talked to you about this, but they're actually switching from a red hue to a purple hue. And I don't know
Yeah.
what that is
Well,
about, but you know, it could be just a mixture of whatever's in the atmosphere causing all that. But
okay, have you seen
I don't know, man.
what about when you take a look at the sun? Okay, let's just say when you take a look at both suns, because I'm talking about our sun simulator and our sun together. So that's all I'm going to say. Just when you take a look at the both suns, once in a
Right,
while, when you take a look at it on the corner, like let's just say it's either in the 3 o'clock position or it's at the 9 o'clock position. Okay, when you take a look at,
right.
at the sun, do you see a purplish blue cloud? One sometimes there's dark purplish blue.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
want me to tell you why? You want me to tell you why? Because this
yeah.
object, one of the objects that's purple, one of the objects right there is purple, and then right when you see that, when you know that object is there, its moon's there, and that's when you see that white disk. If that's the white disk belongs to that purple planet.
Wow.
Okay, these planets are coming in. Okay, you got 13 planets. They're not telling you the truth. 13 planets coming in. Okay, with the Nemesis itself. With Nemesis itself, everything all including is 13 planets. You got Nemesis and 12 planets itself. Okay. Not only that, each moon has a moon or two of itself. So you think about it
Yeah, I
that
mean,
way.
it's
So that's why you're
yeah, I
seeing
mean,
all this debris, all these little run objects. Sometimes we end up seeing like craters. Sometimes we end up thinking we're catching the object, but we end up seeing like the one I showed you. Remember that one day when I showed you? What was it, like 2 days ago when we were on? When I showed you right there with the telescope, that when you can see the actual craters, you can see everything.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I
what?
remember
Okay,
that.
what? Okay, what if that was part of one of the moons?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, when you see textures like that, I mean, it's that's got to be. I mean, it's the only thing it really can be. You know, and you know, like these right here, I think a lot of times why we don't see like craters and things on these is because these planets right here that you're showing right here actually have an atmosphere. So when you know, so
Yeah,
a lot of the light's getting bounced off of it, and we can't see it because its own atmosphere ain't allowing us to actually see the surface of the planet. Now,
exactly.
when you see a moon, that's different. It's just like our moon.
Yeah.
Our moon don't have an atmosphere, or a
Sa-
little of
it-
one.
okay, you know what? I try to explain that to somebody that I'm in a Facebook group in. We're bumping heads today. Let me tell you, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, I showed her a picture. I showed her a picture, and I told her, because she was telling me that some clouds were planets. She was trying to throw all kinds of like clouds at me or planets. I was like, if that cloud is a planet, we should have been dead. No, I'm trying to like, hey, scare anybody, but we should be dead by now. It's an
Right.
actual
Well, yeah,
planet.
if it's that close.
If it was that close and it went over us, we should be dead already. It should have shaved us. Could have been gone. We should have done a rotation and all that. I understand
Yeah.
it. We're feeling the effects, but the effects are coming from far away. They're not coming close.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
So
these things aren't. They're not
so
inside the moon. If they were inside the moon, Alex, we wouldn't even have to question whether or not it was real because we'd all know it because we'd all be face planted on a wall somewhere.
put it this way. Put it this way.
Um,
If it was that close, like it was, the whole world will see it. Not just the certain people with cameras and everything. We're talking about the whole world. The whole world, because it's gonna be right. It's gonna be noticeable coming from the sun, from this how you say, southeast, coming our way. And when it comes our way, it's gonna be. Remember, it's gonna be as bright as Venus and as big as Jupiter. But when it gets closer and closer, you're gonna see a red object. You're gonna see a blue object. You don't need no infrared, and you're not going to need no UV anymore. Or once these
yeah, you're
objects
not
get close, eyes are going to see them just like the way we're seeing them right now.
right. Exactly. I mean, and I think sometimes, you know, I go out and I look at the moon just like everybody else does, at least in our community. I don't see a lot of the mass public doing it because they just don't. Their faces are stuck in their phones. And you know, I don't judge people on that because I do the same thing. I catch myself doing the same thing. But you know, you go outside and you look up, and eventually you start noticing when there is a difference, and it's different. I work in lawn care during the summer, so I'm out in the middle of fields, you know, on a tractor. So I see stuff way out in the open, and when I do see stuff, and it's like I don't know, the past. There's a huge difference. Number one, from last year to this year. Just the color of the sun itself is just so much different. And I'm not saying it's the sun either, because like you said, it could be the simulator. It could be, to be frank, Alex, we don't 100%. We don't know for sure. I mean, we
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
know, and it's just us making educated
Speculating.
guesses and
Speculating, guessing, doing all that. It's like, some of us don't even know the answer. I mean, even though how much you're an expert, I don't care how much you're an expert because you still got scientists questioning themselves or even questioning their own work. They have to even go back and make sure they're doing it. If they don't have it, they think they don't have it right. What do? They have someone else checking their work to see if they're right. Someone
exactly,
else to confirm with them. See, that's the reason why I don't take one physicist. How you say word for it, because if you don't have anyone checking your work, checking to see if your work is, if you have your I's dotted and your T's crossed and making sure you have all the
right,
punctuations right, then how are we supposed to know if the work is actually true or not? You know, that's the reason
exactly,
why. That's the reason why I love it. What we're doing, we have all the Nibiru community coming together, such as yourself. You're part of the community, brother. I'm considering you part of the community, regardless, because you are the one
well,
that's
thank you.
helping me and Steve with all these photographs that are coming in. Okay,
Yep,
this is what
I
I love the most
appreciate
because
that.
we're all coming together. Yeah, we're all coming together. We're all collaborating. We're all collaborating. Actually, we're all coming. Coming as one. And some of we're all picking each other's brains, to see what our theories, our hypotheses, or
Yep,
what everything is. And that's what I love because we're not sticking just to one theory, into one theory.
yeah. I mean, we're listening to each other. Seriously, listening to each other, not just saying it. We're actually listening to each other and taking it into consideration that, hey, maybe what I thought a minute ago is wrong. Maybe what he's saying is
Yeah.
right. We're willing to be wrong, I guess, is what I'm saying. So I know I am. I'm willing to be wrong as long as we can eventually get the truth out there, whatever the truth is. And I think that's the key. And those out there that try to just bash each other and bash people, bash you, bash Steve, bash whoever else has channels. I hear drama all the time, and it's not. It just does nobody any good
did
at
you
all.
did you hear Oh, I just to let the subscribers know, I'm gonna be making a live channel. I mean, a live event, probably either tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna be announcing a channel change. I'm no longer gonna be using this channel anymore. I'll explain to you guys later on why, more or less. Right now, it's here or there right now because I'd rather talk about this more. But yeah, just go
Right?
ahead. Sorry about
I got you. No, it's okay, man. You need to let people know that, dude, so they know where to go. I mean, that's definitely what you need to
that.
do.
Yeah.
If I was you, are you going to put a link on this page to your other one?
Yeah, yeah. Right when I'm done, before I put it up, before I put the thing up, I'm gonna get my link and put it down right here so everybody could go ahead and join.
That'd be cool. And I think that obviously, with all the stuff that's going on with our brother Steve right now, I mean, he can't. I don't know what's
Oh,
like I said. So I mean,
I,
I'm
I
sure
can't
he'll
speak
he'll
on
put it
it.
out there for you too, so everybody knows where to go to find you. So
Yeah,
I mean,
all I need right now is for all subscribers right now, and mine, Steve Olson's, every single subscriber out there. All I need to let you guys know right now. Please say a prayer for our brother Steve. He really needs a prayer right now. I can't give into more details anymore, more of what's going on. But all I have to let you guys know, please pray for our brother Steve and his family. He
exactly.
really need it. You really need prayers right now.
They do help, guys. So whoever's listening to this, prayers do help. It
Yes, they
ain't
do.
something we just say. I mean, I live by what I say when I talk about that. I mean, I post a daily prayer on Steve's videos all the time. That's me that posts those prayers. In case you guys didn't know, um, you probably didn't know that until just now. But that is me who does that, and I think it's important um, to do that because you know, I just that's just what I believe, and people don't have to pray it. It's an option, obviously. I mean, I don't force it on anybody, so I would hope that somebody would at least take the time to pray to whoever they pray to, at least to try to help the whole community itself.
Yeah.
Especially people like Alex and Steve, and those are out. Those you guys are out there. You guys have stuck your neck out so many times already, and you continue to do so. So without any kind of extra protection
Hey, you
from
know what? I just say it this way. I was like I told Steve all the time when I first met him and I started talking to him and all. I didn't ask for this job. I didn't ask for it. It was just thrown up. It was thrown on me. One day I didn't wake up in the morning. One day say, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go outside and go look for Planet X. Never go make up some kind of make believe stuff. I didn't ask for it.
Exactly, man.
Did and
I mean,
it was 2008. They came up to me. Someone
right,
came up to me from the military at their funeral and all. I kept, went up to him, told him, gave him my condolences and all. And the first thing he said, you know what, I explained that and everything. He goes, but that's not my concern right now. I understand. And go, everybody's gonna go one day, but everyone's gonna go ugly with the way I know. He started telling me what was gonna happen. Like I said,
right.
catastrophic events, ocean levels rising, earthquakes, volcanoes going off, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
2 years,
exactly. That's what
yeah,
that's what
you know how it is.
that's what everybody thinks at first, Alex.
But
I'd be lying to you to say that I didn't think that way at one point too. I mean, when any of us first get into this, or even start even like looking at any of the YouTube videos that anybody posts from whoever, it doesn't matter what you see or what you look at. At first, your reaction is going to be, "Oh my God, that's so stupid." You know what I mean? But
yeah,
then something grabs you, and you just all it takes is that one little bit of truth or a picture that you're like, well, how did they fake that one? You question
exactly.
that, and as soon as you question that, then it allows you to open your mind to the possibility that, hey, this stuff's there. We don't, like I said, me and you and Steve and Blue Eye and everybody else that does all this, Matt Rogers, any of those guys, we don't know exactly what's there. We can't say for 100% certainty that that's actually what's out there. We can't, but we can say that, hey, this is what we're seeing. Here's the pictures. You make your mind up for yourself. This is it. This is what we're seeing. We're just bringing you information that we've found. And and every time we show a pic, I think that in itself, I go back to the old saying, pictures worth 1,000 words. We could say so many things to somebody, but until somebody sees it with their own eyes, they're not going to believe it. And that's half the battle, is just getting people to see what you're seeing, and then it might open up a door to be like, hey, there you go. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to try to get it to everybody, but I think that we're on the right track, because more and more people are seeing it. It ain't just us anymore. I mean, I can remember even when I first got into this a couple years ago, just started researching a little bit, that all your guys' channels were really small.
Yep.
I can't remember what WSO was, because obviously he's got the biggest one. I can't remember what his actual sub number was, but I don't think it was 25,000 when I first started. So I mean, and that's for something to grow like that fast, and then for it to be able to support other channels like you and everybody else. um, you know, I I guess the first time I actually ran across this was through a different truther channel. I think when I first got into this, it was more of a I think I was watching Infowars, to be honest with you.
You talking
That
about Alex Jones?
Yeah, that dude's off the chain, man. That dude is
That guy,
crazy, but
that guy's something else.
he's intense, man. I know
Yeah.
that much. But I was just checking some of that stuff out. I was just flipping through there, and he did. I'm not sure if you've seen his, but he
Yeah,
did
yeah,
a
yeah. He was talking to Bob Evans, I believe, at the time, or no, Bob Fletcher at the time, and he was interviewing Bob Fletcher, and Bob Fletcher was talking about the underground bunkers and all that stuff. Yeah, I
right.
seen that one.
Yeah, yeah, and then he went on the Joe Rogan show, and they talked about it.
Yep,
That one where where he got high on the air. Remember that one? That was
yep.
crazy, but yeah, it is what it is, And that, but anyway, that's how I found Nibiru. The at least the beginnings of it. And like I said, even to this day, I try and try and try to debunk my own self, my own eyes. I want to tell myself this ain't true. I mean, I just, I just do, man. I don't want this stuff to, if it's true, and what I hope that at least, at the very least, we're wrong on the proximity of it. You know what I'm
Should we just
saying?
leave this? Should we just leave this screen? Should we just leave this picture right here for a while so everyone could go ahead and this can marinate in them? I mean,
That's what you should. Yeah,
when I saw this, I was like, oh, I said, I was just looking at the picture for like,
yeah.
I was like there for a good 5 minutes, just looking at the pictures, like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Am I real? Is this real or not? Am I seeing what I'm seeing? I was like, whoa.
Exactly, man. I mean, I just when you see stuff like that, you can't deny it. You can't, that there's nothing in space. Number one, that can be like reflecting that off. There's nothing that can be. There's nothing they could put there to look like that other than a planet or whatever it is, a star or whichever one it is, and if you look at that, I mean that's actually it's out far in the distance. It's out past our moon. Just because we're looking at it on the horizon of our Earth, but that's how big that object is. You know what I'm saying? That red
Mm-hmm.
object right there is out past our moon. If it was, like you said, if it was as close to us as this picture would kind of lend it to, just by somebody that doesn't really look at these pictures a lot, if you look
Yep.
at this, it almost looks like it's, well, my God, you could get on a spaceship and go to that. You know, you know what I'm saying? You can get on a rocket and you'd be there in a couple hours. But that's not true. It's out past our moon. And I don't know if any of us really know exactly, but I hated it when that one camera went down, because I really think that was one of our best tools, where you could see the magnetic lines and the reverse pressure Steve kept showing about every day for a while that the Earth was experiencing, on the other opposite side of the sun.
Yeah.
You remember that graph and stuff? He was showing that about every
Yeah.
other day.
Yeah.
And from, I think you told me that camera's down. They don't even have that up right now.
No.
So I mean, that right there tells me that something's there. You can't deny that. Something, whatever it is, something.
No, we got stereo. We got stereo. I think it's stereo head. I think it's stereo head behind. The stereo behind. I think that's the one that's down right now, because I think it was December 2nd, right, when everyone was reporting that. And what was it? That big old something that popped into our atmosphere.
Yeah,
For like 2 minutes. Yeah, everybody was reporting that. Well, to be honest, I actually think that was actually that asteroid or that new stellar that they were talking about that was coming in, because they're saying it's far away and but I really think it's really more closer than what they're saying. 2 minutes long, and by the time, and if you take a look at the way that object, the way it was, the way it's shaped in that sound and the way it was, that kind of resembles that asteroid, because it's like a big old long cigar shape. It's not like a big old. It's not like you're hearing those little asteroids once in a while. They come in like, you hear that?
Yeah.
No, this thing was going on for 2 minutes long. I mean, what goes 120 seconds long that'll last 120 seconds long, unless it's two things. Well, it's actually three things. It could be a planetary object, it could be an object, or it could actually be a spacecraft.
Right. And to believe it or not, Alex, I'm leaning towards that third one myself.
Yeah, I'm leaning more on the spacecraft more than anything, because I'm actually thinking that object that's coming in is the object that's really coming in right now. That's supposed to be this first of its kind, interstellar. I really think that's a mothership, but it's kind of like, looks like a decoy of an asteroid or whatever it is, of a rock. I really think that's probably a mothership.
That's an interesting theory. Yeah, never heard that before. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason why it can't be.
My girl out there. Yeah, my girl out there in how you call UK, Angie, she's the one that brought that to my attention.
Yeah, I mean that definitely could be it, and I would say to the audience right now, whoever's watching, that even if you're a Christian like myself, that doesn't mean that there can't be aliens, guys. There's nowhere in the Bible does it say that there can't be.
Okay, well, actually, in the Bible, I believe it talks about only about one. I think about two or three races, but it doesn't really necessarily like say they are. But the only main race that they talk about a lot in the Bible is one of them, reptilians. The reason why I'm saying is because it talks about shapeshifters in
Right.
the Bible.
Yeah.
Are the reptilians the ones that we consider? Those are the only ones I consider being in the Bible, and those are no. I mean, that are really out there, and those are no good ones. Tell you that right now.
Right. And even if they're not actual what we would consider an alien, they could be angels and demons, whatever you want to call them, that are there. And like we talked about the other night, they who's to say that that they're not using craft to travel? You know what I mean? Only
Well,
God
put it
can
this way.
snap his fingers and cause stuff to happen.
Okay, back in the old day, they were using what? Okay, they described the object that they seen in the sky. What? A chart was it a chariot fire or chariot wheel or how you say that? A
Yeah,
chart. I
yeah,
forgot.
chariot of
I
fire.
forgot.
Yeah,
A chariot fire.
yeah,
Okay, okay. The only way for them to describe a chariot of fire is to realize this. What was that? Their time was their only means of transportation.
chariots. Yeah,
Okay, that's exactly the
and
reason why they
yeah,
described it as chariot of fire because they described what they were going as the way they travel. That's what they saw in the sky.
exactly.
Talk
And
about
I believe
it.
that,
And when they talk about
but
Ezekiel's will,
yep,
okay, Ezekiel's will to me is actually one of these objects that are coming in.
yeah, could be. And I get that. I mean, I really truly believe that. And it's like John the Revelator, the guy that wrote Revelation. You know, he's God took him to the future. Or he sent an angel to take him to the future to see what was going to happen, so he could write it down. Well, we got to realize that that was 2,000 years ago, over 2,000 years ago. So what
Mm-hmm.
he's seen, he wrote it in what he would put it down for other people of his day to read, not for us. So he was talking about a third of the stars being thrown to the earth and all that kind of stuff. From his viewpoint, it would probably look like a third of the stars just fell out of the sky. It doesn't mean a third of the stars are going to smoke the earth. That's just what it looked like to him. And other things like that he talks about all that kind of stuff. People talk about nuclear war and all this kind of stuff. And I truly think that it's all this war stuff that's been going on lately. I really think it's a distraction. I think it's a distraction so people put their focus on that and not towards what we're doing right now.
Well, it does state in there too. There's going to be rumors. There's going to be wars and rumors of wars. I really think
Yep.
we already had our wars. I think we already had our wars. Now we're going through the rumors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, it's all over the planet. It's not just, and that's another thing that we have now that they didn't have back then was communications. That's what's brought everything out. I mean, we got instant communications. By the time, I remember being a kid, and you ever play the telephone game when you were a kid, where you say one
Yep.
thing at the beginning, by the time it gets to the end of the line, it's something totally different?
Yep.
Well, that's exactly what happened back in the day when people were writing newspaper articles. You would hear it in England somewhere, and it would take it a month or so to make it across to where we were at. And by the time it made it over here, it had already changed to something different. So nobody really even knew the exact truth of what was happening. It was at least twisted in some sort of way. And people talk about Fatima and the blinking sun and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there that, frankly, we're never ever going to know the answer to. And I think what we're doing right now with the research, for me, I think our research, the most important thing we can do is to force these people to tell us the truth. That's my motivation, because nothing else matters, Alex.
Nope.
Because once everybody knows the truth, then maybe we can try to fix it, or at least do our best to stick around long enough to make it on the other side. And that is that's the only reason why I'm almost 45 years old. I got kids. I got a 22-year-old son, an 18-year-old son, and a 10-year-old daughter. And I look at my daughter every day, and I just think, my God, if this stuff that I'm looking at in the sky is real, What is her life going to be? And I'm like, won't these people just tell us so we can at least protect our children? I could care less about myself, dude. And that's the God's honest truth. I'm not innocent. My daughter is. So, you know, just come out and tell us. The public can handle it. We
Well,
can handle it.
see, that's the whole point. They don't want to tell us because they know we're all going to stick together. See, they're trying to separate us all, divide us all, so we could, we don't have to depend on one another. That's exactly why they don't want to tell us. If they would have told us right now, I'm being honest. Don't you think, man, you're going to go back to your driving your tractor tomorrow?
Oh no, dude, and that's the whole thing. And you're hitting it right on the head, Alex. That is the 100% truth. They want us to be little lemmings running around doing what they want us to do up until the very last second that they can wait, because they want to be able to make it to their safe places, or what they think is going to be a safe place, and it's really not. Everything that they're doing, like I told you the other night with all the Navy people, the insurance people will tell you right now that there's a concentration of Navy people, retired Navy, that live in the Ozarks. Why is that? The reason is because when all the water levels rise, that's going to be the safest place to be. And the reason why it's going to be the safest place to be and not up on a mountain somewhere is because it's not populated. Because not just the water is the danger, it's the people. Because when people get put in bad situations, they do bad things. And that's what's going to happen. We're going to turn on each other. Because if I look at my kid, and my kid's over there starving, and if I have to go break into my neighbor's house to get some crackers for my kid, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? I'm going to go get some crackers, brother. I mean, sorry. I mean, that's just what it is. And that's how everybody is going to live. And that's what's going to happen to all of us unless we can prepare in some sort of way. And, all of us can't go to the Ozarks. Okay. All of us can't go here. All of us can't go there. They've got these underground tunnel systems. I know that's a fact. I got family that's in the Air Force. Okay. Or he's actually retired now. I'll say he's retired military. And he's been telling me stuff for years that was actually hard for me to believe. We start talking about these cloaking systems that up in the sky, like the prisms and stuff. Yep. Guess what, Alex? I knew about that stuff almost 20 years ago. Just not to that large scale. Because he lived in Germany. He had one that was, well, I'll just say, I mean, he had a system in his trunk of his car. And he's like, look over there, dude. And I looked over there, and he pushed a button, and his motorcycle disappeared. Wow. I was like, are you freaking kidding? Are you kidding me, dude? Right now, you really just did that. I'm thinking, oh, it's just some magic trick. Guess what? It was prisms. He had prisms, is what it was. And it wasn't hard to set up at all. So, I mean, there's stuff out there that we just don't have any idea. And so I think, didn't Angry Beaver, ain't he the one that really kind of brought that prism thing to the forefront?
Yep. Yeah, he was.
Somebody else was talking about it, but he kind of grabbed it and brought it way out, and Steve grabbed onto him, and that's how it kind of snowballed. But at first, people were like, "Man, you can't do that on that grand of scale. Why can't you? Why can't you? Tell me why you can't." You know what I mean? You can.
Yeah.
And I think all these systems that they have in place, including HARP, including Bluebeam, all that stuff, I think they all work in tandem together to fool everybody. I think it's all, and CERN itself. That's another thing, dude. People think that it's crazy to be able to summon a demon from CERN. That's not crazy, dude.
That's
I mean, I mean, they can do it. They can do it. And when they start dragging those things back out of where they're bound right now, God says he's going to, even Satan's going to be locked up at the end for 10,000 years. They call it, what was it, 10,000 or 1,000? I think it's 1,000 years. 1,000-year millennium, I think, is what they called it. Anyway, he'll be loosed again for 3 days. You know why he's loosed for 3 days?
Why?
Because that right there should tell you that we're going to be okay, because life's going to continue, Alex. People are still going to have babies. those people have to
Oh,
have those people have to have a chance to choose Jesus, and that's why he's going to be released for 3 days. That's the only reason for releasing
okay.
him. So I
Okay,
mean,
what I just sent you right now for you
what's
to
that?
take a look at. I sent you a photograph right now and Hangouts right now for you to go ahead and
Um,
take a look at that cube, blow it up, and tell me what you're seeing back of that sun.
I'm trying to find it, man. Hold on. How do I get back to that picture?
You got to get back. You have to push side. You have to go. You have to get out of our conversation and go back
Okay.
to. It's the same thing as what we did the other time when I showed you how to go back to send me pictures.
Okay.
It's the same thing. Just go to the nittards.
Nibtards one.
Yeah, that's our hangouts, guys. If you guys want to join us on our hangouts, look for nittards on Google Hangouts. Or not, I'll leave a link. Or not, I'll leave a link right here so all you guys could join us. This is where we're sharing our information, photographs. This is where we talk at. This is where we communicate all the time.
I'm not seeing any pic though, man. I just see
No,
your
you're not.
link to the. I just see the link
Okay, let
to
me
the
send it.
conversation.
Okay, let me see. It's supposed to be there. Didn't I send it to you right there?
Is it trying to
What
upload
the?
or anything?
No, I don't think it's trying to upload. I thought I sent it to you. Well, I'm gonna have to look for it again. Hold up here. I just had it with me right now.
But yeah, I mean,
Hey, I gotta tell you, it's a Google, man. Google does not like me right now. It's
Google
mad at
don't
me.
like any of us, dude. I'm telling you, it's not just you. It's even the little people like myself. Because I tried to send stuff to you guys that got. This is no kidding. I had. I can't remember which pick it was, but it was a very convincing pick of what was going on. What it was actually right on what everybody was talking about. And
Mhm.
I was trying to send it to everybody, and I sent it on 4 different email accounts, and they all got sent back to me. Every one of them. Now you tell me that's a coincidence. That's not a coincidence, dude. I can never get the picture out.
No.
Oh, there it is. Let's see.
There it is. Look at it. Tell me what you see in back. Tell me what you see in back. Or should I show the? Tell me what you see in the back.
Oh my god, dude, what is that? Is that a cube?
I'm
Dude, what?
telling you, that's a cube. Look at it. Blow it up. You know what? I'm gonna show. You know what? We have to show the subscribers this. We have to. We have to. Hold on. Let me go back right here to the Google
Wow, dude,
Hangouts.
that's crazy, man.
Just real quick,
That
right
is
here, ladies and
that is
gentlemen.
nuts.
I'm gonna show you guys what we're looking at right now.
Oh my god, dude, that is that
You brother.
reminds me of like an old
That's a
Star
cube,
Trek
brother.
episode or something, man. Oh my god, wow.
We're gonna show the subscribers right now. Let me close out of here real quick so everyone could get this. Let's go to Hangouts. We're gonna show the subscribers everything, and they're gonna see our actual Hangouts where we communicate. Hey, but I'm gonna have to add. We're gonna have to make a new one when I do my new channel
Yeah, yeah, you need to.
here any day now.
Yeah. Hi, Alex. Is what it
I'm
says.
telling you. I know. Hi. I'm doing okay. How about yourself? Oh, let's get started on calling or messaging. I can't because I already am.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, here we go. About time is loading up. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have to format my hard drive.
You talked to Blue Eyed today at all?
Uh, yeah. All I did was tell him he was gonna jump on, but he never did.
I texted him a few times and he never responded. I thought maybe he was probably working and stuff, trying to get some
There you
sleep or
are, ladies
whatever.
and gentlemen.
Oh my god,
That's what's in back there. That's a cube. That's in back of our sun.
that's just so crazy, dude. I mean, that is just so. I mean,
Well,
I'm not.
actually, the subscriber. When I talk to them, they subscribe to me that this thing goes this way. this way and this way. It's like it's swaying back and forth, like it's going back and forth, going back and forth, back and forth.
Wow, man.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of objects right there by the sun, and I'm thinking some of these objects are probably some of the objects that other Planet X researchers are capturing by the sun, but they're mistaking them as being stellar objects. If you follow me,
I'm following you there, dude. They're man-made or alien-made, something. They're intelligently
follow me.
made.
You know what? These objects are the main stellar core objects, the ones that we're looking for, the ones that we consider the blue and red Chino. They're not by the sun anymore. They're not. Well,
No.
I already done proof to you. Already showing you. They're not by the sun anymore. They're away from the sun. All about the sun's. Them trying to get you to look at the sun and be at the sun and all this and that. I really think that's like, in other words, another distraction to keep you away.
Yep.
From you actually looking for the truth. Yeah.
Well, it's like the big picture just came out with the big sundog. You know,
Yep.
you know what I mean? A lot of people didn't even know what a sundog was. And a lot of that, what we were seeing, even myself, I seen, that little rainbow looking cloud thing that we would see every once in a while. That I'm kind of leaning towards a sundog on that on myself. At first I didn't think so, but after seeing that picture of that sundog that they showed, it really did look like a sundog to me.
It's not a sundog. It's a comet. It's got no. It's a comet.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one I seen on myself on my own phone, not the picture we were capturing.
The cube. I call this. You know what I call this? The Transformers. Remember, they're looking for the cube.
Yep.
That's what. You know what? That's what I'm in a way. That's what I'm kind of. I'm kind of like. Okay.
Don't
Everything
don't move that. Don't move that picture. Go back to that real quick. There you go. Stay right there. If you look, leave it right there. That cube, if you look behind it at the purple and you focus on the purple, that it looks like an alien head behind it. And that would be in its left eye. You see that?
Here, I can see. Okay, you see, talking about here. This is his left eye right here, and this is eyeball, and this is his other. This is right eye with his eyeball.
It would be all the way over. I'm talking like in the back of it, like out in space. If you you see that, I mean, it'd be like half the screen, like a big head. This is something I looked at. It ain't nothing.
But they said it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, you know what? I got more freaking crazy old photographs that I'm gonna present. The reason why, this is what I do so my subscribers can understand. I don't go out there and put all my best photographs out there. The reason why I don't do that yet is because I tell my subscribers when they send them to me, hey, I'm going to use these like I did with you, remember?
Yep.
I'd rather get you on board so you could go ahead and explain yourself what you saw, because remember, you're the one that's capturing it.
Right.
I'm not.
Exactly.
So that's the reason why.
And I like that too, because I mean, it gives somebody a chance to really, I guess, explain, and it gives the viewers and everybody else, your subs, another viewpoint.
Think about exactly. I was about to say that exactly, because you know why? It's not like it's me out there talking and pushing, not trying to push the issue, but me explaining, or if it's just me myself, it's actually the person who caught it themselves who could explain, to the viewers and everybody. This is exactly what I caught, exactly what I saw. This is how I seen it. It baffled me. I'm still confused about what's going on. And that's exactly what, how it is. That's how I see every other Planet X, like what Steve's doing, having his platform. It's I think every other Planet X researcher out there that's actually searching this way, they should do it that way. Have everybody combined, regardless. If you have one subscriber that's bringing in good photographs, put them on. Let them be known, not in that way, for notoriety, not that way, but let him be known that he's a great researcher and he's willing to help anyone else out there who's willing to accept that help.
Right. And I would encourage people not to get wrapped up into trying to, I actually came across somebody that was giving me a hard time about, it wasn't even in the PX community. It was more, I was on I was in a news chat room, basically is what I was in. And they were giving me a hard time because I said, hey, I got these pictures and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they're like, well, I've taken pictures on my own phone. All you do is go through sky cams and all this. I was like, listen, man. I said, we can't be across the world all at the same time. So I would encourage everybody that can go to a sky cam and take screenshots even. That right there, you're going to catch more on that than you are with your own phone most of the time.
Or how about we do it this way? Let's do it like the way me and you are doing it. When I post up something that has to do with something by the moon or sun, this
Yeah.
man here, like I said, this man has my back. I mean, as soon as I post something up, he's right there at a webcam, any webcam. He asks me what location, where was it at, what time, and I tell him. Sure enough,
Yep.
he goes finds the same thing that I have from someone else. I caught it from the ground. We're talking about from the ground view, and he
Right.
goes finds it in a webcam view. That's why I love
And
this man. This man is a great man.
we just confirm each other. I mean, and that's great because it just makes us believe ourselves too. What we're seeing, it gives us more confidence on what we're actually looking at, and eventually, the confidence is there for all of us that are doing this right now. I think, and we just need more and more people to. And I hate to say this, send us more and more pictures because, I know we get a lot, and I know you do, Alex. You and Steve, you guys probably get so many freaking pictures. It's just ridiculous. But
Yep.
there's a lot of us like myself, and I'm sure Blue Eye would do it, and a lot of the other guys too would just help go through those pictures. Those of us that have been in this community enough that at least can kind of just at least scan through them. You know what I mean? And help you guys go through stuff, and we're going to see stuff more and more and more and more and more, and it's getting. I know for a fact it's getting more and more and more and more frequent because I've seen just a ramp up in the past couple months. We talk about the Dave Dobbs model and all that kind of stuff around December 4th. Just because we didn't see something exactly on that day, it doesn't mean nothing, dude. That
Oh
means
no.
nothing
Oh
to
no.
me.
It did. It did its flyby.
Did it? Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I got photographs of it. I was gonna do another video. I was gonna make a separate video
are
of
you?
it. I got it.
Okay,
Webcams in
that's
Mexico.
cool. Yeah, I
Did a
mean,
flyby.
I'll be looking forward to that one because I mean, I like to see it, and I've seen some stuff.
I'll share. You know what? I'll share some photographs with you so you could check it out yourself. So you could be like, "Oh, what the heck?" And I'll be like, "Yeah."
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got people from across the globe that are just we're all coming to the same page, and it's all these guys that are out there that are trying to sow doubt in people's minds about other researchers. Those guys are just trying to build their own channel. That's their goal, is to build a
Yeah.
channel. It's not to get truth. The people that are actually trying to get truth, their numbers are going to grow anyway because people like truth. People like truthful people. People like honest people. People don't like, I'm sorry, but most people don't like drama. So when you're drawing drama and you're all up in somebody's drama and everybody in the world can see it, and I'm not, like I said, I'm never ever going to drop anybody's name. I won't do that because, unless they're attacking me personally, if they're attacking me personally, then I have every right to say their name, just like you do. But, if they're attacking somebody else, I'm going to tell my friend, you're my friend. I'm going to tell you, hey, dude, this dude's out here, saying stuff about you. You might want to address that. And there's lots of ways to address it. Lots of ways.
Yeah.
It's like Steve says, come on back into the fold, this and that. And I really think some of those guys, I don't think they want to. I think they
No.
want, I think they want division. I really do. I don't know if somebody's gotten to them or what, but I just don't. Drama is just not for me. And for most of us that are doing this, it's like this live show we're doing right now. We ain't had no drama.
No.
And we probably don't agree on everything that we said to each other 100%. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing something, I'm seeing something, we're coming together, we're talking about it, and then there we go. There it is. Everybody's listening to us. We're on the same page for the most part, I think. Most of us really are because we're able to accept each other's ideas. And most of the time, in my life experience, like I said, I'm about 45 years old. the truth ends up being a combination of what everybody thinks it is. It's not just what I think or what you think. It's a combination of that. You know, it's pieces of each one of us that comes together, and then we actually can agree on the truth. And a lot of times that is what ends up being the truth, because there's so many different points of view. Science is so, what we've been taught since we were a kid is pretty much just getting thrown out the window. And it's hard for people to accept that. It's a hard truth to accept. Oh, well, you know, it is what it is,
You know, that's
you
why you
know?
have to have an open mind now. You have to have an open mind now, because as when we were growing up, we were always told to have a closed mind. You know, for us to just think one way, the way they're telling us how to think, for us to show, the way it was. But not like that anymore. We have to have an open mind, because there's a lot of things out there that like
You
me,
know, yeah.
I'm baffled when I see a lot of stuff. Being honest, I'm like, I wasn't told about this. And it's like when you try to explain it to somebody, they're like, "Oh, you're just a liar, you're a conspiracy theorist." And then when they start seeing it for themselves, they're like, "I think you're right. I think something is out there, or I think we weren't told the right way. We were taught the wrong way." I go, exactly. I go, just like if you think about it, all these books that were taken out of the Bible, like Enoch, Giant, Jasper, I
Hmm.
think Jasper, all these
Yeah.
books were actually taken out because they talk about what's happening right now, what we're seeing right now. Because in the
Yeah.
book of Jasper, they talk about them then splicing the DNA, them manipulating the food, and and even there they talk about this object that's coming in, because when they saw it, they said they saw a new star coming in. It consumed four stars. We're talking about the north, the south, the east, and the west at one shot. What could do that?
Hmm.
What kind of object could do that in one shot?
Exactly. And that, yeah, it's a huge object, and that's the thing. And that, like you said, it's all about what we've been programmed to do, and we got to deprogram ourselves, and we got to reboot and go this direction. Um, you know, the fact of the matter is, our brain is nothing but a big hard drive. That is what
Yep.
it is, and sometimes we need defragged, and and I think that I don't know if it's like I said, I don't know all the answers. I don't think anybody has really all the answers. It's just that's where my faith comes in. That's where I have to lean on my faith, and it's different for everybody. So I don't judge people. I tell people my faith and everything, and I'm upfront with it and all that. But I don't force people to believe the way I'm not going to think any less of anybody. Um, people. Even Jesus said, they got all over him when he went to the sinner's house. The house of a tax collector. That was a bad thing to do back then. Well, why? He came to save people. Those are the people that needed saved. Why would he go to saved people to try to save them again? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and I think that's where we're kind of at in the community. We don't have to convince each other. We don't really have to convince anybody. We're just trying to get the truth out there, and we're willing to accept when we are wrong. And those are the ones that are going to be the ones that find the truth, or the ones that are going to be able to accept what is wrong with the way that they're thinking, with the way that whatever you've ever been taught. The people that can accept that, that's where it's at. Um,
Yeah.
you know, and it is. I mean, there's not really a whole lot more to say about that, because that's just what it is. But it's like Forrest Gump. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. He's all like, it is what it is.
I mean, that's a phrase that a lot of us use nowadays. It is what it is, and
Yeah.
fact of the matter is, that's what it has to be sometimes. But I don't know, man. I hope that everybody can at least grab a hold of some of this. Um, the more people know about it before it actually is disclosed to the whole public, the better off we're going to be. Because I really think that we're now into the phase, Alex, that they're starting to softly disclose everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just right now,
I
they just disclosed a body right now, another body actually. They found another They found a dwarf star that has actually three planets. One's considered almost, guess what? Almost it's considered a Mars size planet, but with the comet. Hear me?
Yeah.
Mars-sized planet, comet with the it has it's like size of size of a planet, but it's a comet. And
Yeah.
they found two bodies that are the size that are bigger than the Earth, but they're exoplanets, and one of them is inhabitable.
Man, see that's what I'm saying. You know, and a lot of the stuff that they're like we talked about earlier, they're saying that these bodies are like way far away. Thing of it is, they're not. They're not. They are way far away, but they're not as far as they say they are.
Okay, it goes nearby. This is what it's called. Nearby red dwarf hosts two super Earth-sized exoplanets, and one of them is inhabitable.
Wow. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. You know, if it's inhabitable, that means that it's traveling with a star.
Oh yeah. Well, what do you? They just finished saying a red dwarf. What do you think the red dwarf is? It's a
Oh, did
failed
they
star.
did they say red? I didn't see that part. I didn't catch that part. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a red dwarf. It's
Yeah.
the red dwarf, and near it says right here near red dwarf. Dwarf hosts two exo-sized hosts two super Earth-sized exoplanets. You know what I'm gonna do right here? I think when I'm done right here, I'm gonna share the link right here, so
Okay.
anybody who wants to see it, they could go ahead and check it out themselves. But
I am
yeah,
going to have
dude.
to go, Alex. I'm
All
going to have
right.
to go
I'll
here,
see you.
brother. All right,
All
buddy.
righty,
I
guy.
love you, buddy.
Yeah, I love you, man. All right, guys.
All right.
See
See
you
you
guys.
guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Get going. I just want to let you guys know: be safe, love one each other, be kind to one another out there, because there's actually gonna be some disclosure going on pretty soon, I believe. But other than that, I love you guys. Take care.
How do I
Subscribe.
end this call, Alex?
See you guys. Just hit the just go back to our original one. Hold on, let me end this so I can help you out.